Comfort and luxury at its best, it is Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. In case you are looking for a place where to enjoy your life from, Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe brings you all the luxurious activities that you might need, including swimming, gym, a health club, a kitchen with the different kinds of cuisines and continental dishes, as well as sleeping in case you want to spend a night with your friends and family. My name is Nowamaani at Nowamaani on social media. You're very welcome to Issues at Hand this morning, and we are here to discuss some of the issues that pertain our lives daily. And of course, today we are looking at the environment. Very many issues pertaining the environment, and of course, we have seen in May this year, President Museveni issue a directive, an executive order number 3, which among others banned the production of charcoal and of trade and charcoal in northern Uganda as parts of the efforts to protect the environment. The directive was largely dismissed by the public as another redundant pronouncement that would have no effect. But as we can see, it is serious. And of course, we remember that the Honorable Odong Oto, he was one of the people fighting against destroying the environment by cutting down trees to produce charcoal. But what are the alternatives instead of using charcoal that we can rely on? And this is what we're here to discuss today with my guest, Banadda Isaac, the Executive Director of ECOSAFE Uganda Limited. You're very welcome to studio today.
Thank you, nice for having me. Good morning to our viewers. Thank you for introducing me to our viewers.
Okay.
I find this a privilege to discuss this pertinent issue.
Okay.
It is an issue of great importance to all of us, regardless of age, sex, you name it. It is pertinent.
Okay.
We have to find a way out. Yeah.
What is ECOSAFE and what does it do?
ECOSAFE is a Ugandan company. The word ECOSAFE was coined out of two phrases: ecological safety and economic safety. If we are to talk about economic safety, we have to emphasize the ecological safety, because our well-being is founded on the ecology. So, in short, we call ourselves ECOSAFE, and indeed we are ECOSAFE. We are a private company, registered, and we deal in renewable energy, specifically biogas. Our headquarters are on Kayozi Plaza, plot 1264/65, second floor. That is where we are headquartered.
What are some of the things you deal with? Like, what do you do exactly?
Thank you. ECOSAFE previously was Uganda Environmental Protection Forum. It was an NGO, and we were dealing in waste management. As you know, NGOs have their way of doing things, always advocating. But it reached a time when we realized that people don't take NGOs seriously.
Really?
Most people don't take NGOs seriously. When you try to do something under the NGO, as an NGO, you are considered people who are trying to account for the money we get from donors. So we said, free things don't last. Let's go private. Let's do something that is in the same line as waste management, whereby someone takes active participation in waste management. And that is how we came to look at biogas, because biogas is a technology that converts waste into energy. And given the circumstances today, as you introduced this show, the president made a directive that we shouldn't continue to cut trees for charcoal and firewood. So people are not cutting firewood or trees for charcoal and firewood as a luxury. It's a need, and a basic need. I always tell people that you cannot say that, if I got charcoal, I will cook. If I don't, I will sleep, go to bed. You can't. It's a basic necessity that we need every day. In every household, we need charcoal and firewood for cooking and doing some other activities. So that is how we came to focus on biogas. Yeah.
Thank you. So let's start from waste management as a topic. What would you say about waste management? How would you explain waste management? And what kind of waste is manageable?
Great. All types of wastes must be managed. But waste management is a process with different stages. And different stages call for different resources and different skills. There are stages, the initial stage when we generate waste in our, let's say, in our workplaces or homes. As we prepare our meals, we generate waste in form of peels, in form of used banana leaves and things like that. So we are the generators, we human beings, nothing else on this earth. It is me and you and our viewers outside there. We are culpable. We are the generators. So we should take an active role in this process of waste management at individual level. How do you look after a bottle of water? You have taken the water and now the bottle, you no longer need it. How do you take care of that bottle? How do you take care of a piece of paper in which some snack was wrapped? That is our individual responsibility. Then there is responsibility at community level, because you cannot, being a process, you cannot be active at all stages. At community level, then our leadership, LC1, LC2, what roles do they play? You will agree with me that you are a councillor at LC1 in your village of residence. How often do you discuss waste management? If you don't discuss waste management at LC1 level, then that is a gap. The process will not flow as it is supposed to be. Then we have our leaders at LC3 level. That is, LC3, then onwards to district and then national level. Then we have leaders at that level. They have to plan for waste management. They have to guide us on how to go about it, what our responsibilities are. They should provide infrastructure like drop-off bins and things like that. You will agree with me that none of us goes to Chitezi, in the case of Kampala, to take their waste, to deliver their waste to the disposal facility.
No.
So now this is a role played by the local leadership with the specialized technology, with the specialized facilities, trucks, bins, and things like that. So it is a process whereby an individual, leadership at various levels, and government plays a role. So at any level, if there is laxity at any level, the process will not flow smoothly as it is supposed to be, and we shall have issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of these issues that we shall have then?
Blockage of drainage channels, like Nachivubo channel, diseases, because waste is a breeding ground for diseases, pollution, foul smell around streets and things and other areas. Undeveloped plots will have heaps of waste. So these are the effects that are very common.
So when I wrap up my waste, where should I deposit it, or what should I do with it so that it can be maybe recycled into biogas and stuff like that?
Okay. Yeah. For you at an individual level, what you do is to deliver waste where it is supposed to go. Let's say if you have animals, or if your neighbor has animals and you eat matoke, you can convince your neighbor to take the pills. And before you convince the neighbor, he or she will come to you requesting you to give him the pills because they are a resource to him. What you call waste is not waste to me. You look at the vehicles we drive in Kampala, proudly. These are used vehicles. To the first user, maybe he felt or she felt he no longer needs it. So he finds a way of disposing it off. He refurbishes it and sells it off. So that is not waste. So when we come back to the kind of waste that is commonly generated in our communities, try to make sure that you maintain the value. If it is matoke peels, don't mix it with the polythene. Your neighbor who is rearing animals will find it attractive to take it. If you have a jacket and you no longer need it, keep it clean, give it out to someone who needs it. That is one way of managing this waste. To you, it's no longer of value. Maybe you bought it for your birthday and you no longer, it was 2022 and you no longer need it today, 2023. Clean it, give it to a needy person. So you are managing the waste. So there are some types of waste, like biodegradable waste. It could be animal waste, manure. This manure can be used to generate biogas. Yeah, biogas is a form of energy which is clean, which is cheap, and it. Another thing that we should look at is appearing conscious. We shouldn't only appear conscious, but we should act in a way that, in an exemplary way, so to say, that we are conscious of our environment. We take care. It is upon us before even the law comes into force.
Okay.
We should take responsibility of the waste generated in our premises under our supervision.
Okay.
Yes.
And how would you explain biogas to a layman who does not understand it?
Okay. Biogas is a mixture of gases which is generated when biodegradable material, plant or animal, is kept under an environment without oxygen. It is naturally generated. These microbes that generate biogas exist, but they only thrive under an aerobic or oxygen-free environment. So what we do in biogas subsector, we provide a container, so to say, which is called a digester, which is oxygen-free, and we introduce this animal manure into that container, the digester. Under the oxygen-free environment, these microbes feed on the manure to generate biogas. When it is generated, we pipe it off to the point of application. This could be a kitchen or any other specialized point of application. Yes. So it's not electricity. Some people confuse it with the electricity. And the question we usually get is, can I use it to charge my phone? Can I use it to run a radio or things like that? No, it is a gas. It's a mixture of gases. Yeah.
What does it do? What does it help?
It is a source of energy. When you burn biogas using specialized stove, you can cook, you can prepare your meal. And the good thing about biogas is when you light it, it does not generate smoke, neither does it generate soot, and there is no ash.
Okay.
So it is a clean source of energy. On top of that, it is renewable. Yeah.
It's renewable.
Yeah, it is a renewable.
So how does it work? How do we get the best system?
The best system is to work with the people who are specialized in this area. Not everyone can give you a good system. For instance, at our place, we deal in biogas and we know which system can work where, which size suits which type of activity. Yeah. So you deal with the people specialized in this biogas.
Maybe what I want to understand is how exactly it works. What is the process towards getting biogas as a finished product?
Okay. Okay, there are a number of different types of biogas systems. We have the most common one being the constructed type called fixed dome. This one is constructed. We construct a dome using bricks and mortar and aggregates. After construction, we plaster it inside and outside just to make sure that there is no leakage, because we are dealing excuse me, because we are dealing with gas, we also paint it to make sure that gas or oxygen from outside does not enter into the digester, so as to create an anaerobic kind of environment, which is oxygen free. We also construct or provide a mixing tank. So the manure is in raw, fresh manure, could be cow dung, is introduced into a mixing chamber, mixed with water. It becomes porridge-like, and we call this silare, and we let it flow into the digester. When it gets there, because there is no oxygen inside the digester, the microbes or bacteria start working on it. In fact, they eat it. It is their food. They eat it, and in the process, they generate this mixture of gases called biogas. So when it is formed, we pipe it off to the kitchen, where we use it for cooking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. We are looking at, first of all, protecting the environment, but also at a cheaper alternative to the high cost of gas and electricity. Do you think this is a cheaper alternative to the high cost of gas and electricity? And how should people access it?
Okay. It is, in fact, it is not a matter of considering it. If you looked at it, the cheapest goes for 1.33 million Uganda shilling, and it can serve you for 20 years.
Really?
20 years.
Okay.
And in fact, if it is serving you for 20 years, just imagine, let's just do a simple calculation. How much charcoal do you use a day? Usually people tell us, I use charcoal for 3,000 a day, cooking 2 meals. So 3,000 times 30 days, that is around 90,000
Yes.
in a month. Then times 12 is around 1.08 million. So every year you are spending 1.08 million. For 20 years, that will be 20 million plus. But you are buying a biogas digester at 1.3 million. Yeah, you can see. In fact, this brings me to a very interesting observation. Why should one get a biogas plant? Why? Because of 4 major benefits. Remember, when you are rearing animals, you have to clean the pen every day. Yeah? And what do we do with cow dung? We just heap it in the corner. Yeah? It's not good to look at cow dung during the rain season, be it during the dry season. Okay? So we must find a way, because if you left it there, it is going to become a breeding ground of vectors. Yeah? And vectors will come from the breeding ground, come and like nuisance flies. I don't know whether you know nuisance flies.
Yes.
Yeah? They will come back and feast on your cow or pigs. And if you want to control them, because you have to, you run to a vet, he sells to you a chemical which you can use to kill these nuisance flies. But you remember, you are providing a fertile breeding ground for these flies. So by removing this waste, using this waste to generate gas, you are keeping the environment clean. Yeah, that is very important. Secondly, you are generating a clean source of energy in form of biogas. That is benefit number 2, which is very important. If you are using biogas, you are going to leave out, you are going to cut out the budget for charcoal, firewood, the time you spend looking for charcoal, splitting firewood and things like that. It is labor intensive, it is time consuming, but you have to do it every day. So by so doing, you are saving on time to do other income generating activities, which is important and rewarding. Then the third benefit, you are generating the effluent that comes out of a biogas digester is high quality organic fertilizer. Yeah? Whenever you get this effluent we call bioslurry, you are generating a fertilizer which you can take to your garden. And by so doing, you are avoiding buying chemical fertilizers. You are saving. So whenever you save, it makes a lot of sense to a family. Yeah. So these are the 4 major benefits. Saving, because you see, if you are spending 3,000 every day on charcoal, that is not saving. But if you could save it, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. So we need biogas because of those 4 major benefits.
Okay.
Cleaning the environment, or contributing towards improved sanitation, getting a clean source of energy, which you can use instead of going for charcoal and firewood, getting a cheap quality organic fertilizer in form of bioslurry, which takes nutrients back to the gardens, and saving. So those are 4 major important reasons why we need biogas.
Okay. How sure are we that it is sustainable in terms of, some machines function for a time being, and after that, they stop functioning. And you said it can last you 20 years.
Yes.
And I'm only wondering, don't you think some of these problems or issues come up in the long run of the machines failing and stuff like that?
Okay, I introduced ECOSAFE as a Ugandan company. We have a team that is deliberately trained to do the installation and help our clients. So we are available. We don't think we shall leave the stage tomorrow. We are around. So you have a fallback position in case of any challenge. If we sold you a unit of biogas digester, we are available. The kind of biogas digesters we are dealing in right now is called Sistema Bio. This is imported from Mexico. We have been trained and we have a constant and reliable supply of Sistema Bio digesters and appliances and accessories. We are around, we are well trained, and we continue to train ourselves to keep ourselves up to date.
Okay.
So if you acquired it, it has a warrant of 10 years. A warrant of 10 years is a sign that we trust the kind of kit that we are selling to you. And it comes as a complete kit. Yeah? The digester is there, all the accessories are there, and the appliances. The good thing is that some of the accessories, or most of the accessories of this digester are found locally in hardware shops around the country. Throughout the country, they are there. If the manpower, the skilled manpower is there, the accessories are available around the country, we can maintain it.
Okay.
So it will serve you, and it is reliable, it is durable.
Okay.
We trust it.
And a person at home, for example, a house manager or house help, can operate it? Is it that easy? And what is the process of operation that somebody needs to go through, like every time they have to operate it? Because I believe it can be sustainable for cooking every single day. So somebody needs to understand the process of using it. We liken a biogas digester to a human being. It eats every day and it passes out the effluent every day. So long as you have the right feed stock or feed material in the form of manure, it is you are rearing animals, and you are rearing animals every day. These animals are going to provide the manure, which is the feedstock for the biogas digester. And as you manage the animals, you are taking away the manure. We said it is not good to heap it somewhere because it is a breeding ground of vectors. So just mix it with water, introduce it into the digester. So you continuously feed it every day to get the best results. Feed it every day. And we have various sizes, which various sizes need various amounts of the manure or feedstock. So feed it every day, you'll get biogas every day, and at the end you are going to get organic fertilizer every day. And we know if you are rearing animals and you grow crops, you are growing crops throughout the year.
So you continuously, it's a cycle, year in, year out, year in, year out.
Okay.
And with verifiable benefits. Yeah.
Thank you. What are some of the challenges that you people in this business are facing generally?
Okay. That is a very interesting question. The challenges are many.
Okay.
This is a new technology. We need to inform the public. We need to remind the public that firewood and charcoal are getting scarce every day. They are getting expensive every day. You are spending every day. But there is a reliable alternative to which you can turn, and that is biogas. Not only for cooking, but enjoying the other three major benefits of quality organic fertilizer, clean cooking. Clean cooking is very important. You know, if you have ever used charcoal and firewood, the smoke, the soot, you leave the kitchen with the red eyes. Not because you have been crying, but because of the smoke. And this makes preparing meals uncomfortable. And it is a daily routine. So you enjoy these benefits. So going biogas makes a lot of sense.
Are those, you said the challenges are many, so I was thinking
yes, convincing people that there is a workable alternative, which is cheap, which is clean, which will save you time. The public is not yet aware. The level of awareness is still low.
So how do you plan on making sure that you sensitize people, or that there is this alternative and it works better?
Okay. Every day we have activities that are geared towards creating awareness. Even what we are doing right now, we are creating awareness among the community members, among the populace, that there is a workable alternative. When the level of awareness goes up, we hope, given the circumstances, the presidential directives and things like that, even the consciousness of our consumers, that there is a workable alternative. Why shouldn't I migrate from the traditional firewood and charcoal to go biogas? So we are trying. Okay, we are not yet there, but we are on the way, creating awareness. The second challenge is the price of these digesters. The price is still high. It's not so much affordable. Someone appreciates, okay, going biogas makes a lot of sense, but 1.3 million shillings, I have to take my daughters and sons back to school and other priorities, competing priorities. The price is still a challenge. Here we are trying to find a way out by working with the financial institutions, especially SACCOs, because people feel at home when working with the SACCOs. They are village SACCOs. We are trying to convince SACCOs to lend money to their members in order to acquire biogas digesters. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, I think let's take a very short break, and we are still discussing how to protect the environment, especially the idea of going biogas, and we're trying to understand the benefits and the nitty-gritties that come with it, and weighing on a scale of 1 to 10, would it be better to remain with the charcoal and fuel and gas, or is biogas a better option? We take a short break, but we return with issues at hand. My name is Carol. Don't go away. We're powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Another way of protecting the environment is by going to a place like Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe, so that you can eat some nice food and don't have to worry about cooking back home. Of course, it's Protea Hotel by Marriott, located in the heart of Entebbe. You're welcome back to Issues at Hand. My name is Carol Nowamaani, and you're still watching our show. Today we are talking about protecting the environment, especially through biodiversity, and my guest today, his name is Banadda Isaac, and he's the Executive Director of ECOSAFE Limited. It is a dealer in biodiversity, in in biogas, and he's going to tell us more about that right now, putting emphasis on biogas and where exactly they operate as a company or as an entity.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Moderator. ECOSAFE Limited operates throughout the country, and we deal in biogas.
Okay.
As I said, at first we were dealing in constructed biogas, but we saw that even making bricks, burning bricks, impacts negatively on the environment. That's why we went prefab, because the prefabricated biogas digesters, Sistema Bio, that we deal in is made out of recycled plastic, durable recycled plastic, and that is a plus. Instead of using clay bricks, we are using recycled plastic. So we found that one very attractive. As I said, we are operating countrywide, but as of now, we are focusing on Central Region. But if we got interested people outside the Central Region, we can serve them. And I would like to emphasize this, that we are dealing in a product with a warrant of 10 years. So we trust the durability of Sistema Bio. It has a number of advantages over the constructed type. The first thing, it can be installed within only 2 days, yet the constructed type could take 7 to 10 days to construct. Yeah, this one takes a maximum of 2 days. Another advantage, it is you can transfer it from point A to point B. Take an example. You have been rearing animals in outskirts of Kampala, and tomorrow you find that you have more animals and you cannot handle them around Kampala. You shift them to a far off place. So you can even shift the biogas digester, which is not applicable to the constructed type. Another thing is the efficiency. It generates more gas than the constructed type. The constructed type is the traditional one, which has been on stage for some good time. It's an old technology, but this is a new technology. So that is the beauty. Another thing is that Sistema is cheaper than the constructed type. That is it makes it very attractive and user friendly. It is easy to manage. It's not very difficult to manage. It is on the surface. You can easily spot where there is a problem, unlike the constructed type, which is underground. It has a component we call a desulfurizer, which removes that bad smell from biogas. Because, as I said from the beginning, biogas is a mixture of gases, and there is a gas called hydrogen sulfide with a nasty smell. Yeah, that hydrogen sulfide is removed by the desulfurizer. So that is an added advantage. So it is along that line that we went for the prefabricated Sistema biogas digesters. So we encourage our viewers outside there to go biogas. If you are rearing animals, don't waste what you call waste. Waste, in fact, Sistema has a motto, if I can call it, that creating value out of waste. Waste is not waste. Waste is just misplaced wealth. But this technology will help you create value out of cow dung, out of swine manure, out of poultry droppings, out of sheep, goat, rabbit droppings. So if you are rearing rabbits and you can have enough feed stock, you can generate energy out of that. So it's a plus. You are going a step ahead to generate value out of the animals that you are rearing. And by so doing, you are saving the environment. Because when I was still growing up, there were so many trees in our village. Today they are no more. Why? We have chopped them down for energy. Yeah. So we cannot continue like that. We should take care of the environment. It is because of the environment that we exist. Without it, we shall have a number of challenges that are life-threatening.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talked about the manure, and I would like to understand how much manure is used to maybe in one cooking, in one process of cooking. How much manure does somebody need? Because I'm looking at a situation where somebody does not have enough cattle to sustain that kind of thing.
Okay. These digesters come in various sizes. And various sizes, we ask a number of questions if you are interested, if anyone is interested in biogas. We want to know the size of your family. If you have 6, 5, 4 people in a family, we give you a suitable size. We have what we call size 12 or Systema 12. We call it Systema 12. This Systema 12 can give you 5 hours of cooking in a day. Yeah? So we know that you can hardly exhaust the gas. You can hardly exhaust the gas. But if the size of your family is bigger than 6 people, then we give you another size, which is bigger than the 12. We have Systema 16.
Okay.
So Systema 12 requires 4 basins of manure, fresh manure, every day.
16?
No.
12.
Systema 12.
Okay.
That is the smallest.
Okay.
And that is what serves the 6 people family for 5 hours in a day. So that one consumes 4 basins, no more basins, plastic basins. Yeah? Mix it with water. Each basin of dung is mixed with 2 basins of water, and you are good to go. So that one will give you 5 hours. Systema 16 will give you 8 hours of cooking, and that serves a bigger family. Yeah. Then we have Systema 20, which can give you 10 hours of cooking. That serves people like we find people working on farms. There are 20, 30 people. There is a very interesting question we usually get. People ask us whether we can use biogas to cook beans. You can use biogas to cook beans. Within an hour, the beans are ready.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
Whereas if you were using firewood, you needed to be there constantly to keep on to keep the fire burning. But with the biogas, you just turn on light. Then you let the biogas serve you.
Okay.
Clean, smoke-free, no ash, no soot. So your sufuria will remain as clean as you bought it from the shop.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And you said some of these, if they get challenges, if the equipment gets challenges.
Yeah, we are available.
You're available for repair?
Yes.
Is the repair payable? Does somebody need to incur costs again for repairing?
For instance, I talked of the 10-year warrant. If you got a problem with your system, and our viewers outside there, if you have a Systema bio digester and it has issues, yeah, call on us. When we come, we shall look at it. If we identify any problem which is technical, not managerial. By managerial, I mean if someone failed to feed it adequately, you are supposed to feed it 4 basins of dung, you manage to give it 2 or 1, or you didn't manage to feed it, then you are not going to get gas. But if you feed it adequately and you find that there is no gas, call on us. We shall come, look at it, and we shall find out what the problem is. In case we find that it is a technical issue which came as a result of our as ECOSAFE, as our mistake, we shall repair it free of charge. Free of charge. If we found that it is not repairable, we can give you a new digester. That is because we sign an agreement with our client, assuring you the 10 years warrant. So we are available to serve you. In case of any challenge, don't keep quiet. Call on us. We shall come over and attend to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I would like to understand what are the plans to work with government to sell this idea with to government so that they can partner with you and probably help you in even sensitizing other people to get to know the benefits of this.
Yeah, in fact, you are bringing up an interesting issue of government because, as I said, for us as individuals, we play our part. Government at various levels play their part. In this case, I think government needs to come in to make these digesters affordable through policy. They should make the digesters affordable. I know of a policy that mandates local authorities to popularize renewable energy, biogas being one of them, solar and things like that. I think it is high time our leaders at various stages, LC3, LC5, to inform the public about the existence of these alternatives. And on top of that, to encourage communities to embrace these clean technologies. Yes.
That's all about government? That's all the help you need from government?
There's quite a lot. Even just imagine, I was here when, during the mid-80s when HIV/AIDS was rampant. The president, wherever he went, he was encouraging people to take care. Today, the Kabaka of Buganda is encouraging people to take care, to be mindful of their lives, to take care to avoid catching the disease. That is very important because if someone is mentioned by the head of state, everyone pays attention. Even other players like financial institutions will find a way of developing products which can help communities to access biogas technology.
Okay.
So talking about it, coming up with good policies that encourage the uptake of biogas.
Okay.
All this is what we need.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Talk about your biogas package lastly.
Sistema comes as a full kit. It comes with all the accessories. It comes with all the appliances. So if you paid for a kit, be it Sistema 12, Sistema 16, Sistema 20, it will come as a complete kit. You don't need to run around like looking for cement from one supplier, bricks from wherever they are made from. You don't mind about the quality of bricks, quality of sand and things like that. It comes ready-made as a complete kit. All we do is to do the installation. Yeah, we dig a pit, pits of various sizes, depending on the size of the digester. We do the installation. Installation takes a maximum of 5 hours instead of 10 days, like in the constructed type. So we do the installation and you start feeding your digester. Within a maximum of 14 days, the digester starts gassing and you start enjoying clean, safe cooking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any last words about what we've been discussing?
Yeah. I would like our viewers outside there to know that environmental management calls for all of us. Each one of us has a role to play. It's not government, it's not NEMA, it starts with you. Do what you are supposed to do. Deliberate about it in your LC meetings. Then forward it to LC3. Be an active community. Because environment is not about the president, it's not about NEMA, it's not about LC5 chairperson, it's about you. Your well-being is environment. So we should take a center role. We should be eager to learn of new technologies that are coming. How can we take advantage of these technologies? That is how we are going to manage the environment, when we are environmentally conscious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That
was Banadda Isaac from ECOSAFE Limited, and we were discussing protecting the environment, which starts with you as a person. The conversation continues on our social media platforms. That's at Church of Uganda Family TV on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on YouTube, where we post these subsequent videos so that you can watch them and learn a thing or two. My name is Nowamaani, at Nowamaani on social media. Please follow me and I'll do the same. Stay blessed. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.